So what's going on, guys? Riotbox here, and welcome to a brand new episode of our F1 2021 career mode. As you can see, Alpine, we have almost closed the performance gap to Aston Martin, McLaren. Ferrari are just a little nudge ahead, and Red Bull and Mercedes in sort of a league of their own. We've got a major part on the way, a major aero part coming. And I'm going to be saving up some R&D points to get a few more of these major upgrades in. And we've had a bit of an up and down form lately. We've either done really good or finished outside of the points. So we've got, 6 rounds to go? No, we've got Japan, USA, Mexico, Brazil, Australia, and then Abu Dhabi. Yeah, we've got 6 rounds to go. Let's see if we can have a good run of form. Let's see if we can score at least points in 5 out of the last 6 races. That should put us in a good way to end the season. But Aston Martin taking a leap forward, and I need to get some of these. So I figured out what was going on with this, and not all of these part changes went through for some reason. I don't know why, so that's a bit strange. But anyway, let's get into the next round, which is going to be the Japanese Grand Prix. So, because I haven't shown this in quite a few episodes, I'm going to get in and we're going to show some of this development. So, what I'm sort of aiming for at the minute is I've sort of figured out that you're probably better off trying to get as many resource points as possible rather than some of these boosts. So that's what I'm tending to aim for if I can get as many. And I hate when you got 70% success and it just goes down the drain, and then you waste 6 minutes and 50 seconds. Not ideal, but yeah, is what it is. Don't have enough time for that now. Race strategy wise, don't have enough time for anything, so we have to take a risk. Or we could go for, how long we got? 9 minutes, 4 minutes 30. Let's go for this one. Hopefully. Nope. So, yeah, this doesn't really work very well. When I don't record, it works well. When I record, it doesn't. It gets stage fright. So practice 1, not ideal. Now I have sort of fixed the engine. I think the new parts have been fitted. I just selected a different part and then reselected the part I want on for the race. Now, unfortunately, because of the quick practice sessions, those parts are going to take a bit of a beating in this. But if we take a look, yeah, everything's now fitted. Unfortunately, it is going to take a bit of a beating here in these practices, but let's see. It's worth getting the development points if we can. So let's see, what have we got? Qualifying pace. Let's go for this 100% success. Like I said, aiming for resource points, really. So this is what it looked like. I only did 2 of the 3 practice sessions because I'm trying to reserve some of the engine if we can, but we got a nice haul of 1,000 resource points there. Adding nicely, we've got some boosts, more discounts. So you see, you get the discounts, and they're not that great, the discounts. Like, you know, it knocks off 30 resource points or something like that. Whereas if you do one of those programs, you can get 100 resource points in the bank straight away. So you got to weigh it up. Here we go then. It is time for qualifying here at the Japanese Grand Prix. So hopefully we can put in a decent performance. If we can qualify in the middle of the pack, that'll be brilliant for Alpine. Coming around the final corner then, I sort of struggled through the first sector, so it isn't going to be the best of laps. 2 seconds off of the pace, which I think is set by Bottas, so yellow flags for sector 1 as well, so we can't improve on this second lap. But yeah, through the S's, it's pretty tricky on controller, so I'm going to have to go again. Okay, so I've skipped on a little bit. There's 7 minutes left in the session, so we're going to go back out. Look at this. We are 1.4. No, we're not. We're almost 2 seconds. Yeah, we're way off of Fernando Alonso's time. About 1.7 seconds off. We gained about 1.2 seconds and gaining on that and running to the line. Fastest final sector just behind Fernando Alonso there. And that's going to do me in qualifying. We're going to be P12 unless anything changes, but pretty close with the Aston Martins, who have made a jump up in the R&D race.
We come to you live today from the Mie Prefecture in the south of Japan's Honshu Island for a race that has seen many title deciders over the years. Some simple, some controversial, but all contributing to a legacy that makes the Japanese Grand Prix an indispensable stop in any Formula One season. We're southwest of the city of Nagoya today at the unique figure-of-8 Suzuka circuit. 3.6 miles and 18 corners make up a lap here, with average speeds approaching 136 miles per hour. DRS will be available, of course, into the potential passing opportunity at turn 1, although the best place for overtaking will be through 130R and into the final chicane. It's race day yet again, and joining me for a chat, Anthony Davidson. And our racers are certainly in for a rough day today. What will you be watching for as they go down into turn 1?
Well, the start of the race is always one of the most nerve-wracking parts. You have to hope that everyone is able to get off to a clean start, and this is possibly the trickiest part of the entire race. So many drivers in such a small space, and finding your braking point into turn 1 as well. It's a testament to the driver's skill that there aren't more incidents.
Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. Good job yesterday from Valtteri Bottas. The Finn starts from pole position, and Lewis Hamilton completes the front row. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Verstappen, Ricciardo, Lando Norris, and Perez, Leclerc, Fernando Alonso, Gasly, and Sebastian Vettel, Stroll, Ace, Yuki Tsunoda, and Raikkonen, Giovinazzi, Russell, Mick Schumacher, and Nikita Mazepin, Sainz, and Nicholas Latifi. And with preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track.
Okay, here we go. I know what you can do. Don't let me down.
Okay, then the team want us to start on soft tyres. They obviously want us to go pretty aggressive at the start of this race. So we're going to do just that. Let's see if we can do that. I wonder if we edit the strategy, if we come in a lap early for an undercut. We could come in a lap early. I think I will actually. We'll come in a lap early. See if we can get an undercut. See if we can make that work for us. I'm also going to strap on one more click of front wing just to help us out. But yeah, let's go racing them. Okay then, lights about to go out. Just behind our Aston Martin rivals, Fernando Alonso did find himself further up the grid. He really did out-qualify this Alpine at the minute. And I have had an awful start. Tsunoda and Kimi Raikkonen trying to get through on us. I'm trying to sneak up the inside here. Whoa. Come on. Whoa. Side by side with Stroll. Keeping it aggressive through these S's. It's very tricky to go side by side. Just hold the inside now. We've got the run. Whoa. Awful run for those S's, but we hold on. And we've lost 1.5 seconds to Sebastian Vettel in the Aston Martin. It's all about trying to close this gap down now. We've got Sebastian Vettel P10, our teammate Alonso P9, getting some points for Alpine if he finishes there. We need him to keep doing that. And there's our rival, Charles Leclerc P8. I'd sort of written off our rivalry with Charles Leclerc because Ferrari have taken massive leaps forward, but yeah, we'll have to wait and see about that. I need to think about where I want to go next year. Do I want to stay with Alpine, keep developing this car? I feel like it's a bit of a losing battle at the minute. We're not developing it quick enough. So do we want to jump ship to a top team? Because we need to start impressing our career. Like, we're doing pretty well at the minute, getting some points, but I need to start pushing for podiums. I don't know if we can do that with Alpine. We'll have to wait and see. So let me know. Do you want me to go Red Bull, Ferrari? I doubt we'll get Mercedes. Red Bull might be a push, but you know, Ferrari could be an option. Stroll is keeping the pressure on, and to be honest, the pack is quite tightly, it's quite tight together. Really, look ahead. There's less than a second gap between everyone by the looks of it. So we're all going to DRS train off of each other. I've run it wide at 130R. That's dangerous there. Need to make sure we stick within DRS zone of Sebastian Vettel. Hamilton 129.1. Fastest lap of the race as he leads this Grand Prix. We struggle out the final corner there, but we've got DRS now, so let's see if I can break the DRS zone of Stroll. I don't know if we can. We do struggle through this first sector. A little bit wide there, understeering out wide. But we're going to be pitting soon. We were going to undercut, but let's see. Don't think the tyre wear is that bad round here, to be honest. Sitting very stationary at the moment. Stroll sticking with us. We're sort of struggling a little bit to stick with Vettel at the minute. Looks like we've got a new strategy. Pit lap 8. Oh, we made a mistake through there. Just clip the gravel. And Stroll's on the back of us. We've lost touch with Sebastian Vettel here. And we may lose out on the DRS zone. So I am literally hanging on with the guys ahead. Vettel, Alonso going very quick. Stroll behind me going very quick as well. Don't seem to have brilliant pace around here at Japan. But I want to get in the points, don't I? If we can pick up a point or something, that would be fantastic. But having to really use some overtake mode just to try and draw ourselves back up to the back of Vettel. We're proper under pressure now and falling back from Vettel as the tyres are starting to go off. We're definitely going to have to box this lap for the medium tyres. I'm going to go for it, the 1 lap undercut. Hopefully it sort of pays off for us. I'm struggling a little bit now. Front tyres are sort of fading out. And through this middle sector, really struggling. Look at this. How much time we're losing through some of these corners. You just touch the curb. Car just wants to go around it. Look at that understeer out on the exit. They haven't got enough downforce on this setup, I don't think. And here comes Stroll to the outside. Hold him off. Whoa, whoa. That was too close for comfort. 3.4 seconds now to Vettel. Our chances of points are looking very slim. But all it takes is a retirement. But for now, I need to try and keep Stroll at bay. So we've boxed then. Some fresh mediums. One of the McLarens has boxed 2. They've come in for some medium tyres. It's Daniel Ricciardo. He's thinking an undercut will work. Hopefully it does for us. 2.6 second pit stop. That's good. And I think we were about 4 seconds behind Vettel when we boxed. So let's see if this slight undercut will work for us. Hopefully it will. I was contemplating putting another flicker front wing on, making it 8. But I thought as the fuel dies off, maybe not that. Maybe that's not best. But let's see what we can do now with the mediums. So our teammates boxed this lap. Let's see where he comes out in comparison to us. Probably ahead of us still. But we can push on anyway. We're getting ahead of George Russell. There is Stroll. So we're still ahead of Lance Stroll. This is where the gap is Sebastian Vettel once it all sort of plays out. Our Vettel hasn't pitted. So 3.4 to Alonso. So that gap's smaller than it was before, I think. More people in the pits then. I've used a lot of ERS just to give us the lap time. New personal best. And there is Sebastian Vettel just up the road. He's come out behind Fernando Alonso again. Gap's 2.7, so we have gained about 1.5 seconds because of this undercut. It's been a 2-lap undercut on Vettel, and he's lost touch with Alonso. But they've closed back up to the guys ahead of them. So if they all start battling, it could be our chance. Let's see if we've got better pace on the mediums. Understeering out wide a little bit there. So Carlos Sainz in the pits then. We're going to jump him and come out P11 now. Stroll jumps him too. So that's pretty disappointing for Ferrari considering they won the last race with Charles Leclerc. Look at the understeer out wide. And round we go. Oh dear. Let's take a replay of that. We just understeered at the second part of this corner, ran out wide on the grass, and as we accelerated, spun it round into the path of Lance Stroll, and then Carlos Sainz went into the back of the Aston Martin driver there. So what's the damage like then? Remarkably, we've got none, but I've got a 5-second penalty.
11.7 seconds.
What have I got a penalty for?
Okay, clear.
Causing a collision? I mean, I did spin. I didn't spin. Oh, gosh. Lost the rear again. Oh, dear. I think I'm going to call it quits.
Another action-packed Japanese Grand Prix comes to an end. And what a magnificent drive to take the win here today. Anthony Davidson, a resounding victory today. What set them apart from the rest?
Well, I honestly feel it was down to the driver and car today. I mean, we can talk driver skill all day, but if you don't have a solid team to back that, you're never going to get anywhere. When you hit that sweet spot of having both an excellent driver and an incredible car, that's when you see results like those we witnessed today.
Mercedes are on top form once again after an excellent race weekend. It's great to see them up on that podium once again. So then, it's time to see how this result affects the Drivers' Championship. It's a great result for Lewis Hamilton, who moves further ahead at the top of the table. So, Anthony Davidson, who would you rank as your driver of the day?
Nicholas Latifi gets my vote today.
It's time to check out the constructors' standings. Mercedes continue to extend their lead. Meanwhile, good work from Aston Martin this weekend, who pushed themselves further up the order. I'm equal parts exhausted and elated with this weekend of Formula One. Be sure to join us for the next one.
So then that has been it for today's episode. A very disappointing end to the race. You know, I thought it best just to save the engine. We weren't going to get much out of it, especially after that penalty. So we need to bounce back from this dip in form. We need to get some points next time out. We've got some upgrades coming, so hopefully that'll help us out with the Alpine. But I feel like we're struggling with the development of the car a little bit. Alonso's really dragging the performance out of this car, and for us, we need to get in the points. That's what we have to do next time out. So make sure you stay tuned for the next episode. Make sure you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will catch you in the next one.